Are you ready for this video? So I'm just about to cut Glenn's hair, and I was thinking, because there's so many people still in the lockdown, I thought I'd share how I do it. I started cutting Glenn's hair since our first lockdown, really, which was over a year ago at this point. But I remember really struggling finding like a tutorial that really shows you and explains it in really simple ways. So I thought I'd show my steps, how I do it. All I'm doing really is I do his fade on the sides, like he's grown out his man bun during this lockdown. Still a few hairs that needs to go out still. We're still in process. We're getting there with his man bun. But I thought I'd show the steps and how simple it is actually to do a fade. I'm not perfect at it. I've been doing it for about a year at this point, but I'm getting there. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is I just open Glenn's hair. He ran some water through his hair, and I'm just making sure that everything is nice and secure. These are the hair clippers that I'm using. Sorry, there's hair everywhere, but this is what I'm using. So what I'm gonna do is, with the clippers closed, now that everything is secured in place, I'm gonna draw a line with the clippers closed, and I want to have the line lower here than up here, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like descend the line, if that makes sense. It's almost like a smile line down here. I think it makes sense if I just go and do it. So now that I kind of drew the beginning and drew that smile line, I'm going to connect these two lines. And now all I'm doing is I'm going in and shaving off everything else. So I'm going in with Glenn's shaver now, and all I'm doing is I'm shaving off all of these short hairs. So up here I'm just leaving 1/2 inch. I'm not shaving that off, I'm just leaving that for later, and I'll explain why. So now you can see I left about 1 centimeter here, but this is as smooth as a baby's butt. And what I'm doing is I'm going in with this tool. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to blend this out, okay? So I need to go in with that kind of motion, if that makes sense, okay? But because obviously I'm used to this, so I can go in quicker, but that's what you're aiming for. You're going in like this, and you know that you want to blend it out from here to here. So now you'll see the line isn't as harsh anymore, but we want to blend that out even more. So what I will do is I will go in with my shaver again, and I'm going in with, let me show you from the side, with this motion, okay? So I'm going in and I'm kind of blending out as we go. I'm holding my hand there because it's not focusing, but you'll see how much of a nice blend that is, just from nothing to a little bit. So now we're going in with the clippers. So right now my clippers are still closed, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on one of those guards. So this is the one I'm using, number 1. And the way you pop that on is, make sure it's in on both sides, and then I'm opening mine and I'm just going in making sure that everything is the same length. I'm also holding down the hair so that I'm not getting anything from the bun. So now I'm closing them. So I need to go in and do the same kind of method that I did before with the smaller clipper thing. And I'll go 2/3 in, okay? But that means 2/3 here as well. So I'll kind of stop around here. Now I'm taking the guard off and I'm opening the clippers. So before that I went in 2/3, now I'm going in 1/3. So then we're gonna close them. Back to the smallest setting. All I'm doing is I'm going slightly above that tiny fade that I did at the beginning. So you'll see that there's little spots where I can correct the fade. So for example, here I'll go back over that. I'll go back over here. So I'm just making sure I'm blending out these little spots. Wherever I need to go back in with this, so wherever it's like super short, like here, I'll go back in with this and just try blend out all these little spots. Okay, and that was it pretty much. That's how I cut his hair. Usually I do it every second week. Then every 4 or 5 months I cut his long hair. So I know that you could say, I don't know if I can cut my partner's hair because they don't have a man bun, but you can use the same technique for short hair as well. The only thing is you just have to blend it out up here. You can just leave the top until barber's open and just fade it out up here. If you don't want to go as short as I want with Glenn because he has a very short fade, then you can just use larger guards. So you would just start off with a 0 and you'd blend it up to like a 2 or a 3 if you wanted longer. So just play around with it. The great thing about this lockdown, yes, there's a great thing about it, is that you can practice these things without, you know, your partner having to leave the house. Try it out. If you mess up, so what? You're gonna get another go. It's not the end of the world. It's better than your partner running around with long hair. If they encourage you to do it, just do it. I know it's scary. I remember when I did it the first time. God. But that's the thing. Everything takes practice. Everything takes time. So just give it a go. I honestly just wish somebody had explained it to me because it's actually quite simple. You just have to then think about, okay, how long do you want it? Where do you stop? Where do you blend it out? So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. You better be ready. Focus, you piece of shit. Oh my god.